Dexter Resurrection Episode 4. So, this episode was kind of interesting. Because of course it kind of like starts right where the last episode off, with Dexter finding out that the victim that he just killed, the Dark Passenger, was invited to a party, and to a party that was all about serial killers. So he goes to this party, and it's actually run by Peter Dinklage, who was previously in Elf. I think he did a movie called Underdog, and he's actually going to be in the upcoming Toxic Avenger remake, which I cannot wait to see. What's funny too is when it comes to Peter Dinklage was like the little dude in the movie, or in the show. When I first heard that he was going to be in this, I was it got me really intrigued of what he was going to do in this series, because like Peter Dinklage, he's kind of like more, he's done some like horror movies in the past, but like he's more of like a comedic kind of like person, kind of like Tony Cox, like in Bad Santa. Like Tony Cox is like the kind of person you probably wouldn't see do a horror movie. Maybe he has in the past, I don't know, but I was really interested in seeing like what Peter Dinklage would do in this series. But basically he's kind of like the head of like this party, and his character's kind of funny as well. Like his character is basically likes to collect like props that like previous like serial killers like had collected. Like he had like a clown costume that was worn by John Wayne Gacy, and then there was like a refrigerator that was used when Jeffrey Dahmer was doing his thing. All kinds of stuff, and it's basically Dexter, going there as like the Dark Passenger serial killer that he killed, taking his identity. It's basically him going there trying to find some victims to get in this one. And there was a pretty cool amount of cast members in there, like the one guy, he was in, I don't know how you say his last name, David Dashaman, something, I don't know how you say his last name, but of course, he was in the movie, that movie that came out from Shudder, that was kind of like the late night show. It was kind of like made into like kind of like the reality TV show, Late Night with the Devil. That's what it was. Like the main character in that one. So if you've seen that movie and you know who I'm talking about. Like he was in it. Christian Ritter was in the episode. Neil Patrick Harris was in it. A bunch of cool like cast members. And then in the meantime, you actually see Batista actually reuniting with Harrison, and his character in this episode, Batista's character, he's kind of like having some suspicions about Harrison, and he finds out about the murder that happened at the place where Harrison works. It was actually a pretty interesting episode. Just like the sequences with like Dexter at the serial killer party, it was kind of like the Firefly trilogy in a way. It was sort of kind of like, it sort of to me kind of like had that vibe to it. Of course, it wasn't like a Rob Zombie like how his movies are, like violent and stuff. But it just, I don't know. I can't explain that. I can't explain what kind of movie it felt like. It's really hard to explain, but for some reason I kept thinking about like The Devil's Rejects or House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't know why. I just kept thinking about those kind of like movies when it came to that episode, him at the party and everything. But it was an interesting episode. That's what I'm just gonna say. And it did leave off of an exciting, shocking cliffhanger. I'm not going to say what happens, of course, but I might in the next episode when that comes out next week. But it's really getting interesting by the minute. Let's just go ahead and say that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the show so far, if you're liking it, because I'm really like loving it so far. And I'll see you guys next time.